Greetings from Toronto, the land of concrete and skyscrapers. This time around, we're heading to South America, a continent that both of us have never visited before. This trip was a bit different because we were going to do a lot of hiking, especially high altitude hiking. So we wanted to be best prepared for our snacks, electronics, and bags.
Just getting ready, electronics, some of the other little things, and then getting our bags ready. Just these 2 bags.
We also brought some water purification items and altitude pills to be prepared. And of course, good hiking and waterproof shoes.
We're leaving to Peru tomorrow, going to Bolivia after. I'm really excited.
Our trip to South America will span across 2 weeks. We'll start from Toronto with a quick layover in Bogota, and then go on our way to Lima, Peru. From there, we'll fly to Cusco, the gateway to Machu Picchu and other amazing sites. Afterwards, we're taking a long bus ride into Bolivia and arriving in La Paz, the highest altitude capital in the world. We'll explore for a bit and take another bus to Uyuni, near the famous Uyuni Salt Flats. On our way home, we'll stop by Lima with a quick trip into Mexico City, before returning back to Toronto. Where are we going this time? Alright, it's gonna be a fun one. It's 10 p.m. at night, by the way. And with that, we begin a long travel day. Pronounce it. Okay, we'll see if that gets if that's correct. Big shout out to the Toronto ground crew that night. What an amazing performance and a great start to our trip. With that, we say goodbye to the Northern Hemisphere on a red-eye to Colombia. Kate and I have always wanted to visit this beautiful country, so we'll plan a trip to come back and really explore. This time around, we're staying at the airport, chilling at the lounge, and patiently waiting for our next flight to Peru.
Flight 49 service to Lima. Well, depart right schedule.
As we leave Colombia behind, our excitement grows as the clouds drift past us and we descend into Lima. I'm trying desperately to catch a glimpse of the ground to get my first peek at this new country. Welcome to Lima, Peru. Although we do spend some time in the city, we'll come back to that adventure in a following video. But maybe Kate can give you an indication on how that day went.
It's been a long day, I know. We are domestic. We're going to Cusco now. Alright. Alright, bags. What do y'all want to eat? What do you want to eat? Huh?
We grabbed some food after being awake for almost 24 hours, and soon we're boarding our final flight of the day to Cusco. Cusco serves as the gateway to Machu Picchu due to its geographical proximity and historical significance. Cusco, the capital of the Inca Empire, was once the heart of the vast Incan civilization. Cusco is also close to other scenic and significant areas, such as the Inca Trail, Rainbow Mountain, and Sacred Valley.
Honey, where are we?
just arrived in Cusco.
Yeah, and we're like, what, 11,000 feet in the air, in the sky? Above sea level? As you heard, Cusco is at an elevation of around 3,400 meters, or 11,000 feet above sea level. This high altitude is one of the distinctive features of the city, and is something that we'll have to acclimate to, especially given that we arrived from a much lower altitude. That's why others have told us we may feel more sick arriving on a plane compared to arriving on a bus.
Oh my god, there's Starbucks in my house. We've made it
To where?
to our happy place.
Hmm.
Sleeping for a few hours, and then we gotta go to our packaged or our tour. And our tour left us this duffel bag already, which our porter will be carrying to the campsite.
Nice.
All we have to do is pack this tonight, everything that we need for an overnight camping experience, but it is what it is.
Amazing. It's around 1 a.m., and we'll have to be up in 3 hours to meet our guide. We take some altitude pills, prepare our gear, and get ourselves ready to see one of the 7 wonders of the world. Thank you. Good morning, friends. It's 3 a.m. and the city is already bustling with tourists getting ready to visit Machu Picchu. We get in our van and set out to pick up other tourists along the way. We booked our Machu Picchu excursion with Alpaca Expeditions, known for their service, friendliness, and food during the entire trip. I've put a link to their website in the description below so you guys can check it out if you guys are interested.
Juice.
Very nice.
Really dead orange. I don't know if I can tell, but these are really, really big. That's it. That times 2.
Okay, nice.
That's it. I don't know if that's gonna be really big, but I appreciate it.
So those were the appetizers we got. But after a few hours of driving, we arrive at a small town where the Alpaca Expedition Porterhouse is located. Here, locals prepare a very welcoming breakfast for us. A quick drive away, and we arrive in the small town of Uyuni Salt Flats, where we'll take a train that will bring us to the start of what is called the Short Inca Trail. This is basically deemed the easiest hike, involving a 10-kilometer day hike on the Inca Trail, an overnight camping stay, and then a formal tour of Machu Picchu the following morning. The staff put on a show, which I interpreted as educational theater, explaining some of the history regarding the Inca civilization. And yes, even on a train in the middle of nowhere, we still got our daily black coffees. What are we doing today? Or right now? Okay. You just gonna drink coffee? Just gonna drink your coffee or anything else? 1.5 hours later, we stopped at kilometer 104, which wasn't a station, but rather felt like the middle of nowhere. I forgot to mention, but as we became more awake, we started making friends with the other hikers in the group, which included individuals from the US and Asia. Interestingly enough, our guide explains that Machu Picchu actually sits 1,000 meters lower than the elevation of Cusco. As we listen to our guide walk through the trail, I get so excited for what will be quite a laborious hike ahead. We take a short walk to the ruins of Cachabamba, where we would start our hike. Our guide also comes around to give us a dab of agua de Florida for some energy cleansing. And with that, we readjust our clothing and start the real climbing portions of the Inca Trail. Machu Picchu is right there behind the clouds. Now we're taking a little break at this little hut after hiking for how long? Here, I'll switch the camera. Oh, I think I can. Okay. I had a decent level of energy up until about the 30-minute mark after starting. The first 3 hours continued on as a torturous, constant uphill climb. I think my resting heart rate at altitude was around 100 beats per minute.
Some parts are really long, but the majority of it was
We climbed 461.
We haven't felt altitude sickness yet.
Yes,
So that's good. I think the medication is working.
it's working.
Soon, we reached the bottom of the Uyuni archaeological site, a site consisting of a series of terraces carved into the steep mountainside. These terraces really show the ingenuity of the Inca civilization in terms of managing agricultural land and building structures for religious rituals and residences. Now, lunchtime. Remember how I mentioned that Alpaca Expeditions is known for its food? Well, look at what their chefs and porter teams have prepared for us today.
Wow.
Oh, sorry. I'm too excited.
It's coffee time. We brought our own AeroPress and some beans from back home. And now Kate's gonna make us some pressed coffee. Hopefully this will give us some more energy after that big lunch meal.
Just holding a cup of coffee from our AeroPress. Say hi. Nice.
This next part of the trek was considerably easier and took around 2 hours. It was mostly flat with a few short climbs. Of course, before we could reach Machu Picchu, we had to face one last moment of torture, a 50-step climb. These steps are called the monkey steps because you need to climb up using all fours.
Oh, she made it. My turn.
Sungate, here we come. Let's finally get our first glimpse of Machu Picchu. After this, we headed downhill to get the famous overhead view of Machu Picchu. The short Inca Trail hike is well timed, given that we reached this peak at around mid-afternoon, after the tourist groups have all dispersed. So for now, we gotta be here pretty much alone and take in everything about this natural wonder of the world. We then take a 25-minute bus ride down from Machu Picchu to the town at its base, Aguas Calientes. The majority of tourists actually take the train to this town and the bus up to view Machu Picchu. We're camping for the night, and it's a short walk through town and to our campsite in the forest.
Rooster.
A beautiful campsite in the middle of the Peruvian forest awaited us, including clean and cozy tents and shower space.
Hi, Caps.
Welcome to our home.
After quickly cleaning up, we enjoyed another full-course dinner with our chefs, porters, and our guide. We shared stories and talked about the history of this area and of Peru.
Hello.
This is our campsite.
Campsite?
They gave us a sleeping bag.
Okay. Nice.
I'm still gonna layer up because I hate to be cold overnight.
Okay. Very
Just
nice.
finished our dinner. I'm really tired. I think we're all really tired.
Yeah.
So it is not even 8, but we're going to bed.
No, it's 8. It's 8. All
Oh,
right.
okay, sure. It is 8, but we have to wake up at 4:30 tomorrow.
The rooster will holler. Yes. All right.
So we have these earplugs provided by our guide.
Yeah, nice.
The roosters are singing quite loudly,
Yeah.
so hopefully this will get us through the night.
All right.
Alright, good night.
All right. 4:30. The roosters woke us up this morning. But day 2 of camping. Yay.
Those ducks are they're super friendly.
Yeah, they are.
Somebody is in the afternoon. We saw a lot of people.
Hello. It's so bright.
It's another early morning, and it's an hour-ish hike back to Aguas Calientes as the sun starts rising. Today, we're catching the bus that will take us back into Machu Picchu. Apparently, it was discovered that the earth beneath the site is shifting at a very fast rate, partially caused by heavy visitor traffic. As a result, apparently there have been new restrictions put in place to limit the number of visitors on site at any given time. Our guide spends some time explaining the history of the Inca civilization and the importance of Machu Picchu. Today, it is considered a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it was actually discovered in 1911 by American historian Hiram Bingham. It was likely used as a royal estate or a religious center, but only for around 80 years. Theories for the Incas' disappearance include the Spanish conquest and disease. There was so much area to explore, and before we knew it, we got really hungry and decided to take a snack break, enjoying all of the different snacks that we had brought from home. Some of our keen group members decide to pay an extra amount and climb Uyuni Picchu, one of the steep mountains surrounding the area. Apparently, it would take them 1 to 2 hours to complete. Given that we had purposely bought some colorful clothing, we opted to stay and take more photos before slowly making our way back to the bus stop. Back in Aguas Calientes, we stroll around the beautiful small town and wander through some of the street markets to buy pins and magnets. We realize how hungry we are and decide to organize a group lunch with the rest of our tour group. Our guide brings us to one of his favorite restaurants. What a long few days. Now it's time to make our way to the train station and hop on the train back to the small town of Ollantaytambo, where we'll take another bus back to Cusco. Overall, Kate and I loved this experience. The weather was perfect and the hike was around the right challenge level for both of us. Because we visited in July, this was actually the winter months in South America, which meant that we had to bring sweaters for evenings and mornings and thin sportswear for the afternoons. Machu Picchu was exactly how we pictured it, and we're grateful that we got to cross another 7 wonder off of our bucket list. We're also thankful that we had a chance to learn more about the history of this marvelous place and share the experience with new friends that we've made from our tour. We're done the first big trek of our 2-week South America adventure. Our next stop, Rainbow Mountain, will be the most physically challenging hike on our entire trip. Stay tuned for the next video, and until then, stay happy, stay safe, and continue journeying with Jeff.